Hey y'all. What is going on? Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, I watched it once. I did not take any notes, so I'm just going to go off strict memory. And this episode really kind of pissed me off, to be honest with you. I don't take this reality stuff too seriously. But this episode really pissed me off. In some sirs. It pissed me off some sirs. Okay, so the ladies are in Barcelona. It's like the second episode, so we're gonna say the second day when they wake up from Barcelona and everything. And so Eva going around asking people, do they want coffee? Waking people up, do you want coffee? Do you want coffee? Do you want coffee? If you don't get your ass away from my door, Eva. No, I don't want no coffee, child. Coffee makes me poop everywhere, all down the aisles of Barcelona. So no, I don't want no coffee unless I'm trying to get cleaned out. But if I'm regular, then no, I don't want no damn coffee, Eva. So the only person that wanted coffee was Sheree. Because she needed a pick me up, a wake me up, because Sheree was the only one that did not have a good night's sleep, because they put her in the dungeon. As I told y'all last week in my review that they placed the girls in the excuse me, they placed the girls in the hotels based on who got the most money. Candy was at the top, and the rest of the girls was in the middle, and then Sheree down at the bottom. That's what it looked like to me. But they all we all know and saw what happened. Candy got the best room running. She didn't want to change her room, and Sheree ended up putting Sheree down in the basement by herself. And y'all, she said her back hurt, her knee hurt, her eye hurt, her wig hurt, all this kind of stuff hurt. So what happened then? So they went to breakfast. Candy and Cynthia, they came there first. And then here come Eva, and then here come Marlo. I think that's how it went. And then the rest of the girls came. Nene did not come because she came in last, and that's when Nene expressed to the girls that she ended up booking another hotel for them. Everybody was excited. Now, she shaded Cynthia because, first of all, you did not disclose this information to Cynthia that you was changing hotel rooms. Whether the hotel was cheap looking, it was. Whether some of the ladies was uncomfortable, which they looked like they was. Like any of that, like still, Nene, if Cynthia is your best friend, you should have ran it by her first to let her know that that you had planned another hotel for the girls, that you had booked another hotel for the girls, seeing as how Cynthia did go out of her way to book this cheap ass hotel for y'all. You could have at least said that to her, and let her know. I just thought that was a little wrong, but of course Cynthia's not gonna call out Nene on anything unless she's pressured by all of the girls, as we can see. Because it's easy for the girls to come at Portia versus it would be to come at a veteran like Nene. So it's just it's craziness. I was just like, dang, she couldn't even let Cynthia know, but she did say, well, Cynthia did plan all these little trips for us to do, so we can just go ahead and do that. And I'm just like, child, please. I just couldn't even. But going back to the whole breakfast scene, Shamia and Eva, they kind of got into it. And, basically they got into the whole thing of Shamia telling Eva, asking Eva about who her man is and all that, and then bringing up the whole Missy Elliott comment that Eva allegedly slept with Missy Elliott. And Eva got it together real quick, said no. I have not, but she brought that up again. She was just like, no, you only talk about something when it's concerning me, when I choose to talk about it with everybody else. In which, Eva, I agree. But like I said last week on this show, like I said last week in my review, Eva, you can't be on this kind of show and expect for your truth not to be revealed. There's no way. People gonna find out about Kevin McCall and everything that went on with him. Like, people gonna dig up your past. They might bring up Tyra or something that happened years ago when you was on Top Model. Who knows? On this kind of show, I agree with Eva what she's saying. In which, don't try to, she was just like, where did you get that information from? Shamia said it was out there. I personally have never heard anything about Eva messing with Missy Elliott or any woman for that matter. But then again, I don't follow her like that. But still, I never heard anything. And I pretty much follow all the big, blogs and everything like that. And I always got my ear to pop culture and what's going on. Hence, Chalaki News, darling. So I'm just not sure where the information came from. But, Shamia, she was just trying to audition for a Peach and just trying to get her name in there and start some mess. But it just didn't work for her. She's a cute girl, but no. So Candy, she was just like, well, Eva, girl, you better buckle up, because everybody always using my tea and saying this, ha ha ha. Before Marlo walked out, Candy and Cynthia talked, and they talked a little bit about the Marlo situation. Marlo kissed Candy. She was done messing with Candy. Now this episode, she's on to messing with Portia, as we can see. As much as I was rooting for Marlo to have a Peach, I don't know, because she has no breaking point. She has no off switch. And the fact that she can just go and go and go and go and go and go and go, like, even if it gets violent, like, she's still going at it. This just, I don't know. She kind of lacks self-control a little bit. And as much as you want to drag somebody on these kind of shows, you can't. You take that to VH1. Or whatever, if you want to actually physically fight, at least throw something, or at least get to the point where y'all finna fight before security break it up, and then there's really no repercussions behind it unless it's something serious. But other than that, you can do whatever over there. But on Bravo, there's only a certain limit that you can go there. But anyway. They was just kind of schooling Eva a little bit on the whole situation. She didn't like that. And if I was in Eva's situation, I wouldn't like that either. But sis, this is what you signed up for, the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So you need to tighten up and buckle up and clear it up, child, because it's going to be a whole lot more. Wait until Kenya gets back on the show, like, full time, full effect. Y'all know Kenya has a knack for messing with the new girls that come on. So we're gonna see how Kenya and Eva, she might not try Eva, but we'll see. We'll definitely see. Okay, so the ladies, they all got on the bus. Cynthia started talking about the 50 Cent list. All the girls had to do something on the list. They showed a video of all the girls staying up twerking. Marlo pulled up her pants and showed her butt cheeks and all that. And child, Marlo was showing out. She was absolutely showing out. But they did not show that on camera. But Cynthia went on ahead and counted that as, her little bucket list moment. So all the ladies are on the bus. Cynthia said that she wanted to try one of the things on the list, which is to kiss a girl. They nominated Portia. Cynthia was like, no, can I pick the person? She wanted to kiss Candy. Candy did not want to kiss Cynthia. Because, they said she probably already have. Knowing her track record. No, I'm just kidding. Allegedly. But, it's just like, who wouldn't want to kiss a supermodel? I mean, come on, Candy Birds. Every man wants a woman. I mean, come on. They can cook them up a good meal. Come on, Candy. I was just like, Candy's really fronting. She was just like, I would never kiss another girl a part of this cast. And, the whole Portia, Phaedra whole situation really traumatized Candy. So she was just out of it. So, Portia, she volunteered to kiss Cynthia. Cynthia's all awkward and stuff. And she put her tongue in her mouth and just being extra. Y'all said yada. So all the girls, they go sightseeing. They're, walking outside. Shamia and Portia, they're going off into their own little corner in their own little chair. Just acting silly and being friends. So let's see. All the girls, they decide to. Now everybody's having fun right now. So all the girls, they decided to get on these little car rides. It was Sheree and Cynthia in a car, Nene and Marlo in a car, Portia and Shamia in a car, and Candy and Eva in a car. And so they just riding literally on the road in these little like go-kart / mini taxi situations. So they're riding down and just chilling, and Portia ended up going too fast, or she says that her car but lost control and she ended up ramming into the car in front of her. Funny story. I was at this amusement park called Frankie's Fun Park down here in Greenville, South Carolina. I'm in Spartanburg, but Greenville is like 30 minutes away from me. And I did the same thing. I guess I was going way too fast, and I sped around the corner. And when you're on a go-kart, it's time to you only get so many minutes before it's time to wrap around and park the cart for the other people to come in, and so I didn't stop my brakes quick enough, and it rammed into this guy's hand and it started bleeding. I felt so awful. And I apologize and everything, but I definitely know how Portia felt in that moment. You feel embarrassed, you feel scared, you feel like you're finna get a whooping low key from your mom or something. Like you feel stupid, you feel ridiculous. They was picking on Portia, of course, and then they got back in the car, yada. So what else happened? So all the ladies, they arrived at the place they're eating at. Most of the ladies, they decide to eat a delicacy of Barcelona. They decide to, because that would be the easiest thing to get off the bucket list. It was so interesting. Just going back to the first episode, something that Candy said. She said that she is not gonna pinch any man's butt but her husband's. That was one of the things on Cynthia's little bucket list. And I'm just like, but they easily just kiss each other in the mouth and stuff. I'm just like, it seemed like pinching a man's butt would be easier than maybe they swing out on women in Barcelona. Who knows, child? Allegedly, who knows? Anyway, so never mind. So all the ladies, they get there, sit down at the restaurant trying to order in Spanish. They couldn't do it. I wouldn't be able to do it either, to be honest with you. And so what did they start talking about first? Let's see. Nene, she asked the girls what was they talking about earlier at breakfast. One of the girls brung up the whole thing with Kim, and Kim, Nene, Kim's a low down monkey with a wig on. She, is trash, and I would never do that kind of stuff, and yada to the yada. And they was just like, they agreed, and Nene read Sheree, rightfully so, and she also read Portia, rightfully so, in the sense that she was just like, look, y'all talk to her the most, especially Sheree. Is you gonna check your friend? Is you gonna say something to Kim, about that? Because if that's really your friend, you have the right, you should say something to them about it. Because obviously, if Nene talks to Kim, it's gonna go completely left as soon as they say, hey. So Sheree was just like, I don't want to tell her how to raise her kids, but I'm just not gonna get into that because I wouldn't want her to tell me how to raise mine. But I'm gonna talk about the discussion of the table. Sheree lied when they asked her, did she know about the whole video? She was just like, no, I had no idea that she was gonna find out about the video. Then they showed a clip of Kim when she was talking to Sheree, Shamia, and Portia on the phone. And she was just like, wait, hold on, I got a video. Now, I admit they did not know exactly what evidence she had on Nene, but they did know that she was getting ready to send the video. So that was a lie. I'm just like, Sheree, you was really, Sheree, you need to pick a team. Because this whole bone collector thing, it don't work in real life. Nobody's really friends with the bone collector in real life. You will get popped in your eye immediately, okay? Running around telling and spilling secrets, and then Babyface tell y'all never keeping secrets, child, and it's just crazy. So they get on that, and Marlo, she decided to grill Portia on the whole thing with talking to Kim. She was just like, how are you gonna do this, and is you gonna talk to Kim, and you wrong for that, and what about all this with Candy? What about the stuff that you did with Candy? They keep using digs with the whole Candy thing, and I get it, because Portia was wrong for involving herself in that whole situation. But how much are you going to torture a girl? How much are you going to torture a person? Let it go. The girl have apologized I don't know how many times. Like she told Nene later on in the episode, she said that she thought her going to talk to people directly, which she tried to talk to Candy. And Candy was just like, okay, her same little dry self. And she thought that talking to the person that was directly affected by what happened would be enough. But why does she have to spill it to the whole group and say I'm sorry 14,000 times to everybody? What does it have to do with the rest of y'all helpers? Because y'all are not really friends in real life anyway. None of y'all, I'm sure. So I completely agree with Portia in that sense. But the whole Kim thing, I do think that they have a little responsibility, more so Sheree than Portia, because Sheree been knowing Kim longer. But they do kind of hold a responsibility to tell Kim, hey, your daughter was wrong for that. I hope we don't fall out because of this, or if we do, oh well. But your daughter was wrong for filming in that black woman's house, straight up. And I have to say that black woman's house. Because of the whole thing, basically trying to say that she nasty and that she hood, she just ghetto anyway. Y'all know the whole thing with Roaches and Child, and it was just craziness. Somehow or another, Marlo just kept going and going and going like the Energizer Bunny. She kept picking on Portia. She kept going in on Portia, saying, yeah, you wrong for that, and Portia got the fanning. Marlo tried to talk to Eva. It was just a whole lot that was going on. It was a whole lot of different conversations in between the ladies. It was just bouncing back and forth between people. What did Marlo say? She talked about Portia's rug at her house, and she was just like, yeah, it's a lot of stuff that I can say about you that I don't like. Like, I don't like your rug at your house. I felt like that was too small, and yada to the yada. It was just a lot that was just like building up or whatever. Nene would lean over the table. Marlo stopped, and she damn near told Nene to shut up, and Nene would just sit back and shake her head. I think even Candy even interjected a little bit, and it was just like, yo, just stop. Marlo and Portia just kept going back and forth. I think that Portia would have stopped if Marlo would have stopped, but Marlo just kept going. Portia ended up like kind of waving the fan or whatever in her face, which they did show a clip when Kenya was waving the fan at Portia, and she didn't like that. But which I agree, both situations is similar and they're wrong for sure. You don't put nothing in nobody's face. However, I just feel like this is a slightly different situation. And Marlo, she was just doing the most. She was doing the absolute most. I'm not even a big Portia fan, but I live in and I walk in that line of fairness. At least I try to. And just in my opinion, I did not feel like Portia was wrong in anything she did in this particular episode. And just going back to the whole Candy thing, they keep throwing digs at Candy. Like, everybody knows that Portia was wrong. Everybody knows that Portia was wrong. But how many times has somebody got to apologize? And if she went to the source, which was Candy, that's it. I just had to repeat. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, that's how I know these girls ain't really friends. Because there's no way that you would continuously hurt your friends' feelings like this over and over and over again. And friends shade each other and pick on each other, but this was to another level. It's just like, okay, like once you see one of your friends is upset about what you're saying, you should stop. But the fact that you keep going proves that you don't give a damn about them. Straight up and down. And so Marlo ended up knocking taking the fan out Portia's hand. It got real ugly, y'all. Portia stood up. She was just like, see, this is what I'm not gonna do. They ended up walking off, because it was finna get violent. What happened? We had Eva, Marlo, Candy, Nene, and Cynthia all on one side, and then there was Portia, Shamia, and Sheree on the other side. And Sheree and Portia was just like, her and Kim's situation, that's not me in that situation. Oh, another thing about the roaches. Sheree gonna say, if I have anything to tell Kim, I would just say that the whole bug situation, I would have handled it differently. How you would have handled it, Sheree? As far as Kim's daughter filming allegedly cockroaches or whatever in Nene's house, how you would have handled it? Instead of cockroaches, you would have handled it with ants, with beetles, with termites. How you would have handled it differently? What kind of statement is that, Sheree? Child, I'm starting, Sheree. Don't let me find out she was sellout and things, Sheree. Cause I'm not the one, child. You already down there sleeping with Tyrone in that hotel. That scent put y'all in. So I'm just like, it was just, child. It was just a whole lot of conversations going on. There's been many times that Portia's not innocent. But I felt really bad for Portia tonight. I really did. They had beat that girl down. It's only so much you can take, and she can't go off and act a fool because that's what y'all expect from her. There's only so much you can pick on a person before they fly off the handle. But she done flew off the handle about 3 or 4 times now, and so this is how y'all expect for her. Y'all keep using that against her constantly. Like she can't even be herself around y'all no more. So they all departed. And like I said, Portia, I don't think she owe anything to Kim, really. But Sheree definitely does. Because Sheree and Kim and Nene and Deshaun and Lisa Wu, they all started this thing together, season 1, Housewives of Atlanta. So I think that she owe a conversation to Kim. But, Sheree is full of it. So she's not going to give Kim the business what she needs. I bet Kenya would have a conversation with Kim, though. If her and Nene were that cool. So what else happened? Portia, she went to go talk to Nene. She was just like, look, I just feel like I need to go. I just need to leave this whole situation and leave. And Nene, she stepped up as the big sister again. I'm sure that's going to come up later on when her and Portia get into it. She's going to throw that up in Portia's face because that's how they do. Remember when I helped you? You was crying on my shoulder in Barcelona. And oh, child, who need friends, child? Who need them? I'm good. So they talked about it. She was just like, look, I just feel so broken here. And, Portia did not tell the girls that she, left, that she's not coming on the trip. She's not continuing with the trip on the whole Barcelona thing. So I'm just like, Portia, Shamia's your company. You just gonna leave Shamia? They're gonna be at her next. But you see, once one girl gets dropped off, they pick up another situation. As we can see, they're gonna be picking on Sheree next episode. So it just bounces back and forth. But just for giggles, who do y'all think will win between a fight between Marlo and Portia? I don't want them to fight. I'm just saying, just for giggles. Who do y'all think will win between Marlo and Portia in the fight? Tell me in the comment section, y'all. And that was pretty much it. We're continuing on with this whole Barcelona trip. Yeah. And that's about it, child. They shooting and things, and Kendall Jenner riots and Pepsi commercial riots. Next episode, we're gonna see, child. With that said, I'm Mr. Chalaki. Mr. Chalaki on Google Plus. Follow me at ItsKingsWorld Instagram and Twitter at ItsKingsWorld89 on Snapchat, and Chase King on Facebook. Like, comment, and subscribe. All that good stuff. And I'll see y'all next week. All right. Bye.